People tend to hate on the RTX 4060, but we're gonna try to make you all fall in love with it.
This is the cheapest possible PC build that makes sense for the RTX 4060, but the real question is, will it make the RTX 4060 actually make sense? We're about to find out, but first, a word from today's sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by Lexar and their new NM970 Gen 4 SSD with exceptional performance of up to 7,400 megabytes per second read and 6,500 megabytes per second write with capacities of up to 4 terabytes and is also compatible as an upgrade drive for the PlayStation 5. It does all this while consuming 40% less power than DRAM cache-enabled SSDs on the market. This SSD is perfect for your next workstation or high-end gaming PC, and you can learn more by checking the link in the description down below. And big thanks again to Lexar for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into the video, shall we?
For the CPU, we have the i3-1200F, which is a 4-core, 8-thread processor that does come with an air cooler that really does keep up with this thing just fine. My favorite part about 12th Gen i3s is the fact that you can later upgrade to anything 12th Gen or 13th Gen on the motherboards that support them. And speaking of the motherboard, we have this ASRock B660M RS, and this is a micro ATX motherboard that is actually a pretty good board. It actually has some RGB on it, it has 4 RAM slots, it even has extra PCIe lanes, so it has all the upgradability you could ever want without it being full ATX. Now for the RAM, we have this kit of OLOy. This is 16 gigs, 3600 megahertz. We tried to go towards the top end of the speed, and it's pretty basic stuff. It's not RGB, but we're trying to make this build not super amazing looking. We're really just focusing on the best bang for buck. And for the storage, we have a Crucial P3 Plus Gen 4 NVMe SSD. Look at those read and write speeds. This is an example of you could save a little bit of money and get something like a normal NVMe SSD that's Gen 3, but honestly guys, with how cheap these are at like $43, you might as well get one of these to have that future upgrade path.
Guys, don't get mad. This is the RTX 4060 that we're very excited to use with this i3 because I want to see, can we make this card make sense with 8 gigs of VRAM at a price point that's not super ideal, especially compared to AMD cards on the market. But we're very excited to see how DLSS frame generation will work and all the new features that 40 series has to offer. I think it's going to work very well, but will it be good value for money? Only the test will show that. Now for the power supply, because again, the 4060 is incredibly power efficient. We went with a pretty modest power supply. This is the Zalman Gigamax 600 watt 80 plus bronze power supply. 600 watts, more than enough for upgrades in the future and more than enough for the system out of the box. And it'll get the job done. It's become one of our go-to options right now because power supplies in general are kind of expensive, but this one's very solidly rated and it comes in at a good price point. Now we're gonna take a look at this Sama case because it's one of the cheapest cases on the market right now that features RGB fans and decent airflow, which we love, especially micro ATX cases. And if it's anything to go by, the cardboard this came in is relatively cheap. But I love seeing cases from case companies like this because we can make budget builds look really clean while not having to opt for stuff that doesn't include RGB. And yeah, airflow looks solid on this case. We have a bunch of perforation up front so we can get nice airflow with the 2 RGB fans up front and 1 in the back. And tempered glass. Jonah hates acrylic. If this was acrylic, he might actually walk out. But Jonah, it's tempered glass. He's back now, it's tempered glass. But yeah, look at the PC Bros build sheet. PC Bros.tech, buy gaming PCs today. This was $50. $50 is a really good price for a case right now on the market. So let's not waste any more time. Let's build this PC, $700, and let's see if we can make the RTX 4060 make a little bit of sense. There we go.
Alright guys, we are playing Overwatch and I am getting destroyed. And let me show you guys the settings. I'm just going to stop mid-fight there. And let's see, we are at 920 by 1080 and we have FSR 1.0. We're on high settings as well as, was that high settings or ultra?
I think it was ultra.
Yeah, it was actually ultra.
Ultra, baby.
Which is so, it says ultra, but then like a lot of the settings say high.
Yeah.
It's Overwatch.
Yeah. And Overwatch, again, is a game that pretty simple to run, but again, we're getting 100 plus, 200 plus FPS most of the time, so very competitive experience with this PC. And
very well optimized game.
Yeah, very well optimized.
I like her activate windows.
Yes, we should activate Windows.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good example of a game that you know, it takes advantage of PC hardware. Oh, that was Reinhardt.
That was Ryan just
Where are you coming?
soaring.
Yeah, this is just, you know, like, it's almost like I wish more game developers would kind of take note of Overwatch, you know? And games like it. There's other games out there, obviously, that they've just optimized so well for console and for PC. Call of Duty's another one that, for a while there at least, I should say, Warzone and stuff like that was running great, even on cheaper systems.
Oh, you got booped.
Oh, but I still got him. You booped the wrong Ryan, buddy. I'm gonna get him away from everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm on fire. Let's go. They're just gonna let us.
I think they're just gonna let you.
Oh, I had my ult.
I was gonna say you just hit it. Just hit it for the fun of it. Boom. This is one shining moment.
Oh, no, I didn't get all of them.
Oh,
I knocked him off the
Yes,
map.
you knocked him off.
Oh, that couldn't have worked out any better. Holy crap. Oh, what? I literally touched him. Get over here. You can't escape this one. Can't escape this one. I cannot let this Ryan out damage me. It just can't happen.
Oh.
Why does his suck me in, and then when I do it, just...
Oh, he just went. Oh,
He just went under me. Oh my god, dude, I can't hit these. Oh, I pressed Q and I'm so glad that it didn't work.
Got him.
Get over here, healer. Why'd they just stand still?
Oh.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh my god, I can't believe I just lived. Yeah!
Hey, that was
Easy
easy.
clap.
Easy peasy. And the performance was good. Kind of expected with Overwatch, but you know what? We're going to play some Warzone and see how this 4060 can hold up with an i3.
Yeah, she does.
All right, guys, we are now in Warzone 2.0. We're currently running the balance preset with Nvidia DLSS at quality, and we did experience one weird thing that you might want to keep in mind when using this system. When you're running a more aggressive DLSS profile like performance or ultra performance, you're relying much more on your CPU, and in a game like Warzone that honestly would like more than just 4 cores and 8 threads, even though it will work, it will like having more, you do start to see a little bit of a CPU bottleneck there. So running quality DLSS will give you the most optimal performance, and we'll just see if this is a game where you might be better off spending a little extra money for like a 12400 if you really want to go with the RTX 4060.
Yeah, it's a great example of how upscaling doesn't necessarily... I think a lot of people think that it lowers the game's quality, but really it's just using a different part of your computer to help compensate.
Gun?
Oh, you have one. That's fine.
Is it fine? 190-ish FPS. We'll see what it... I think I heard the guy like screaming. We'll see what it holds up to, but yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, one thing that I'll be curious actually, this would be a really fun test on Nvidia's part is maybe after we run this for a little bit, try turning DLSS off.
Yeah, see what it looks like.
And if it's almost the same, it's kind of like all right, you know, we kind of understand the reason why this card is not loved, because if DLSS isn't even helping that much, which if you're building a 4060 PC, you're probably not going to build it with something like a i7 or i9. You're probably trying to be budget with like an i3 or an i5.
Me? Oh God.
What's up? Does he have a flag on his back?
Oh, there's somebody else.
I think they might have forgotten about you.
I think they did.
I was waiting for that guy to turn. Yeah, you gotta run.
Oh man, that got a laser. I don't know what the flag's for.
That dude heard you.
Did I get it? Did I get it? We'll just turn it off. No DLSS. Well.
CPU's being used about halfway. GPU's being used a little over half. Seems about. It's making the GPU work less, actually.
I've seen some weird stuff though. Look at that door. It doesn't like FSR. It looks like a little bit more
blurry.
Yeah, it looks a little more smudged. Let's just go off FSR. I mean, or DLSS. Just see if it stays consistent. To be fair, it's more beneficial when you're wanting to try to play it like 1440p or 4K. Don't try 4K with this card, but 1440p, it would make more sense. So yeah, that's just one thing to be fair to any sort of upscaling technology, FSR or DLSS. 1080p, it really only makes a ton of sense for like really low-end systems if you're just trying to make a somewhat playable experience.
I'm not gonna lie, if you can stay alive, I kind of want to see you try 4K with DLSS on and then off. He's a devious player now, guys.
Break it. Let's see.
It'll probably break the recording, but we'll see.
So actually, you could do 4K 60 FPS if you really wanted to. But I can feel a lot of latency.
That's what I say. Then the question, I guess,
like, look at the frame times.
Yeah,
like,
once you get a kill or something, maybe then try DLSS off 4K and see, is it true that with this specific hardware, we are using all of the GPU now, which is nice.
Yeah, that's normally what will happen with the higher res. Removes that CPU bottleneck a little bit. DLSS off.
So no DLSS 4K. Let's see if we get worse FPS.
Yes.
We did a little bit. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
so we dropped about like 30.
Oh, in the milliseconds,
yeah.
we definitely gained almost 10 at times.
Yes. So yeah, technically 4K works, sorta. I didn't even see how much VRAM we're pulling because a lot of people don't like this card because of the 8 gigs of VRAM. We are, with DLSS it goes down to 7, so we'd have a little bit of room there. But yeah, when we're actually running native 4K, it was definitely at that 8 mark.
I wouldn't even worry about it or even consider it a feature if you're playing at 1080p.
Yes.
Because from what we just did in testing, it made no difference, but 1440p and 4K, basically the higher the res, the more DLSS can actually flex and shine.
Definitely with this graphics card. DLSS will make a little bit of sense with an older Nvidia GPU that supports it, but for the most part, FSR would be your better option if that's what you're trying to do for like a really dirt cheap system.
Oh, he's following you.
How dare you? Ah, my LMG failed me. This guy just killed. Oh, I have 1 bullet. Yes.
Billy. Yeah, I think there's a guy at the top of, yeah. I saw him, but I didn't want to like make that call out and be wrong.
Oh, he just did that. Hey, not too shabby. What we're gonna go ahead and do is we'll run some built-in benchmarks, 1080p. We'll run Cyberpunk, we'll run some other games and just see what's going on here. But again, with the 4060, the main thing is price point. There are other options out there, but if you want to go NVIDIA, obviously, no matter what we tell you guys to go AMD, there's always going to be people going to buy the NVIDIA mid-range cards. It's going to happen.
Yep.
We wish the price was a bit lower, but if you were to build a PC with it, this is what you can get. We'll go ahead and wrap this video up real quick after those built-in benchmarks.
All right, guys, we just got done benchmarking our 4060 i3 gaming PC, and for the $700 price range, we did get really good results. Now, just to give Nvidia the benefit of the doubt, if we were to build a PC for $700 and we got something like an AMD graphics card that was new on the market, it probably would have been something like a 6650 XT if I had to guess around the same price range, and I think we would have gotten a little bit more raw performance, but in terms of the overall PC, I don't think it would have been much more.
Yeah, so the 4060, again, price point not super great. The price does come down a bit, which does happen as time goes on with generations, and you get a good deal on this graphics card, like at the $250 mark. You could easily build this PC for $650, and at that price point, I think it's a pretty good buy. But if you want to build this yourself and you're ready to buy a 4060, check the links in the description down below. They will be affiliate links. They will help us out. Let us know what you think of this PC as a whole. Do you think the 4060 has a chance at a lower price point? Let us know in the comment section down below.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
So now this PC has been fully Toasty Bros certified, benchmarked, Windows 11 is going to be tested and activated, and it'll have a 1-year warranty. It'll be at PCBros.tech.
PCBros.tech, gaming PCs, gaming laptops, and so much more. Use code ToastyBros2 and check out and save 2% your next purchase, and buy a build mat today. They look pretty. They look great. Do you guys hear that buzzing, by the way? PCBros.tech. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Peace.